larger girl. It's sort of like Sports Illustrated for black guys now, right?
Yeah.
But it's a bit of a bigger girl, right? And Jordan Peterson is not a happy camper.
No, we've discussed this many times that he's getting grumpy, and this was a lot for him.
The thing was too that he also posted that he was like, I was off Twitter for 2 weeks and I came back on Twitter and I'm immediately mad. It was like, well, maybe because the first thing you tweeted on Twitter was like, this girl's fucking me.
Yeah, totally. And then everybody's like, fuck you, man. Like, you're a piece of shit. And then he goes, yeah, my life was so much better when I wasn't on Twitter. But the best part was he goes, all right, I'm giving my password away. I'm signing off. And then just like 50 tweets from him.
Jordan Peterson's an addict.
Yeah,
dude.
It really is. They
can't stop tweeting.
It's like, Jordan, you said you were going to give us the password. So can we have the password and we're going to change it? And
he's like, you pried out of his cold dead hands.
Totally. He goes, you fucking pig. No.
Yeah. I honestly think they're probably Peterson. Give us the password. He goes, he locks himself. Peterson's just locked in a closet tweeting.
Yeah.
So obviously, this was your classic, Sports Illustrated being like, it's funny because it's for men magazine. But I will say, in terms of fat chicks that are getting pushed, like as hot, this girl is like if your body you brought her around, you wouldn't be like, oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, but exactly. But like,
this one was more like that crazy.
Sports Illustrated swimsuit.
It's not the hottest girl in the world, no.
Not long ago used to be the absolute pinnacle if you were a supermodel.
Yeah, this was like
that was like the kingmaker of supermodels.
Well, and now
Elon Musk's mom is on the cover. She's one of the 4.
That's exactly.
That didn't get a lot of press either. It's like they just put this fucking
She's
old
sort of
lady on the cover.
Well, I'll tell you what. The reason I started bringing it up is because everyone's obviously pushing the fat stuff. You know what I mean? You're basically next up.
Body. That's what I said. I angered a lot of dude. I posted on Twitter and like. A lot of women were like unfollowed. I'm like,
yeah, you posted.
What did I say that was so controversial here?
You said that you might be a
I go at this rate, I might be on the cover, which it's technically true.
What's wrong with that? Yeah,
yeah, exactly. What is wrong with that?
Oh, there's a big problem with Danny being on the cover. The ladies,
first off, it's not a female swimsuit.
The ladies should be so.
It's just a swimsuit. I wear a swimsuit.
Danny's showing up.
Do you wear swimsuits?
Tits out. I do wear swimsuits.
Right. So we both wear swimsuits. Why can't we be on the cover?
What's the problem?
Yeah.
Well, also they had a bunch of people were posting, like basically like fashion magazines and online stores and stuff, and there's a lot of them where the dudes are all still shredded. This is what I've been talking about on stage a bit, like Love Island or like that. They always try to put one gross chick in there, right?
Yeah.
But the dudes are all shredded.
Well, are you talking about the thing from Myers or whatever? That
there was a couple.
I saw them. Yeah, it was all like dudes gross chicks and then all shredded guys.
Body dudes are got like 8-pack where it's it's a 10-pack. You don't even know where it came from. You think the 8-pack's got an 8-pack.
Yeah, and
then the girl above it's like we're eating potato chips in the photo. It's like crazy. But I will say, the girls are so fucking fat in this country. It's like it is actually not that crazy. Where it's like if you go to a store, every girl's fat because every girl is fat.
But so are the guys.
That's the problem.
That's the thing. So are the guys. So why is there no representation for men?
I just took a plane back from.
What was the thing we were called last week with Royce? The big.
Oh yeah.
BHMs.
BHMs. Yeah, big handsome man. Well, I took a plane back from San Diego. And there was a couple of Sports Illustrated fucking models stewardesses.
Yeah.
I guess these Sports Illustrated models like double as stewardesses. And I go, this to me was crazy.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know because they say there's no such thing as we talked about the privilege things last week, and then there's thin privilege, but there's no fat privilege.
Small dick privilege.
But when I came back from Toronto, I forgot to mention this. I forgot to mention this when I came back from Toronto. I don't know if this is technically related, but I got on the flight and we all went to the back. Like I was, they just seat you automatically at the back of the plane if you don't like upgrade your ticket.
Yeah.
And then there was nobody at the front at all. And so I go, hey, can I just sit somewhere else?
You don't ask, you just do it.
No. And then the woman goes, no, you have to sit or whatever. And then
Wimpy moved.
No. But so I go, and then so I sit down or whatever, and then she comes to me and goes, "Oh, they're like, we got to balance the weights," and so she's like,
"She's like, yeah." So it's you on one side, and everyone else on the plane on the other.
But I got a fucking not a business class seat, but I got the one right before with I could stretch my legs out entirely.
So that's a life hack of just being overweight,
morbid,
there you go.
Right? And when they pack everybody at the back of the plane,
this was crazy on my flight. I was like, listen, it's one thing. It's not, you're fat, whatever. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a job, but I'm sitting there.
But your job should be pie tester.
Yeah, your job should be pie tester, or at the very least giving tips to other pie testers. I sat there for 4 hours getting bumped every 2 seconds because these women can't fit in the aisles.
Oh, that's pretty. The stewardesses.
They couldn't fit in the aisles. I'm like, this is crazy.
That is kind of wild.
I'm not,
because it's a tight.
You cannot be 300 pounds and on a small flight of stewardess. So because they walk back and forth 40 times, dude. You know,
it can't be wider than the cart.
They're wider than the cart.
Yeah, that's kind of the test.
You ever had someone bump you, like you're walking where a dude bumps you and you're like, you're just like rage, kind of like you almost get road rage?
Yeah.
I was getting that every 4 seconds. And the guy beside me was fucking no spring chicken size-wise either.
Yeah.
So I'm squished in this guy. So he's so big I can't even have my arm on the armrest. And then there's 4 Bertha stewardesses walking by. These 4 planets with bow ties on. And I'm like, if you are an airline, I get if you go, hey, listen, whatever you get. We're going to do our diversity, this and that and that.
Yeah.
Your diversity can't be, your job is to walk through it's like saying, hey, we're going to hire this 800-pound man to be like the tunnel climber.
Yeah.
He's got to go through tunnels with the flashlight on his head. It's like, he's going to get stuck.
Yeah, he's going to get stuck. Well, what are you going to do? You're going to, first off, there's a labor shortage. And then on top of that, you're going to be like, we're not going to hire people based on their weight. That's a lot.
For a job that you legitimately cannot fit into doing.
What if just meet in the middle and grease them up? What if they just grease them up and you go, what's all over? Like, you don't really notice them, but you get out of the flight and you're just like all greasy.
Something. They might have to grease them up.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'd rather them working at Sports Illustrated than the plane. This was out of control.
Yeah.
I was flabbergasted.
Yeah, that is fucking annoying. There's nothing you can do about it. There's no complaint. Who are you going to lodge that complaint with other than the listeners of the Boyscast?
Yeah. I know there's no one. I couldn't even tell the guy beside me. I was like, hey, you two. Yeah, okay, there you go. Thank you for watching that clip, supporting the channel. If you like The Boyscast, there's a new episode every week at patreon.com/TheBoyscast.
That's patreon.com/TheBoyscast.